It's a good morning or what?
Alright, so if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that I've always been a fan of the Z's.
I've actually had several of them over the years, which kind of started all out with a nice, beautiful, low mileage, black on black Z3. I absolutely fell in love with that car. I've had others since, some silver with red interiors, which actually matches my newest one, and some various other, I guess, variants of silver, black, and different things like that. The newest one, a lot of fun, but I gotta say, nothing really beats what started it all out for me, which was the original Z3. So here I am, going back to the original Z3. And yeah, that's a flashlight key. Like, from the days before they had keyless entry.
So let's talk about what I think is one of the best cars for the money that there is. I mean, take any car and tell me for the money what gives you a great driving experience. If this isn't on your list, you're dead wrong, and I'm gonna explain why. Everything about this is very raw, and I think with all these new fancy cars, we've kind of gotten away from the very heart of what it is you should enjoy about a car, and that's the driving experience. This is exactly how it should feel. Like you're doing something. You're experiencing something. You know, everybody in this day and age is so concerned with what 0 to 60 times are, or how quickly it brakes, or you know, how well it outperforms this car or that car, or if it came with the big engine. But one of the biggest things that they kind of miss out on is, what about the experience of it? When you go from stoplight to stoplight, you're gonna be shifting 3 or 4 times by the time you get to the next light. It's one of those cars that you take it for a drive and it puts a big smile on your face. There's just no words to describe what it does back for you, if that makes sense. It's one of those cars that gives back what you put in. I love mechanical things. Things that when you move a part, you get to kind of understand how that part is moving. With this car, that's exactly how it feels. It feels like every time you move something, there's a reaction of something else moving. It isn't, you don't move the steering wheel and it tells an electronic pump to turn the wheels. It's actually still connected to the steering wheel. That's something you don't get in a lot of the cars that are sold these days. It'll mess your girlfriend's hair up, but it'll put a smile on your face. You know, how can I say this? All right, so cars have gotten very, very heavy over the years. This is not. It's a small little tiny car. In fact, go compare this to something in the parking lot, and this, chances are, is gonna be the smallest car there is, unless maybe there's a Miata or something. But that's kind of the fun part about it. It's like a miniature go-kart that you're gonna have to shift and move and drive. And that's such a rewarding factor. It doesn't have the fancy Bose 10-speaker sound system. It does have a wonderful Harman Kardon sound system with a cassette deck. But it's not about that. It's about the experience. I've got many, many other cars. In fact, if I want to go fast, I can hop in the Corvette or take the Ferrari out for a little cruise. However, none of them are as rewarding as what this is. You take this out, and every time you turn a corner, it's enjoyable. It puts a smile right back on your face. You're not going fast, you're not going crazy, you're not trying to impress anybody else. It's about you and the car, and that's what's so enjoyable about this car. It still has normal gauges, no big fancy screens. The radio is just a radio. There's no fancy infotainment center all over it to distract you from driving. I mean, it doesn't even have automatic headlights. You still have to manually turn them on. And right here's the turn signal. Never mind, you won't need that. Manual lights. Instead, you have to pull a knob and it beeps angrily at you if you leave your lights on.